Hey guys, John Carlos here from Total Body Training, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about change. Change is a process that we decide each and every day. So a lot of times we want to make a change in our life, but we don't really think through everything that comes along with that. So we don't wake up with that change on our mind. We don't make decisions that help enable our change. For example, with like weight loss, or people trying to pick up the discipline of weightlifting, or trying to pick up any good habit, we retain our bad habits often, even when we've decided, or we've said that we've decided that we want to try to do something new or something that's better for our lives. And a lot of times we get upset, maybe it's the start of the year is coming up. And some of us will go to a gym, we'll get memberships, and what will happen is we'll go really strong for maybe a week or 2 or 3 weeks, and then something will happen. You decide that you want to go party, or you decide that you want to eat something inappropriate, or you just start missing days, like work catches up to you, or your boyfriend or girlfriend catches up to you, and I've been good for about a week. And we tend to really, I'm going to go ahead and take a break. We tend to really overestimate how easy we are on ourselves when it comes to our progress and our changes. And that's always what's really slowing us. Really, it's ourselves, it's us that is the problem a lot of times. But how often do we point the finger at ourselves and say, I'm the reason that I'm not succeeding. I'm the reason that I'm not changing. That's really it. We find everyone else to blame in our lives except for ourselves. And so change needs to be something that we embrace, something that we are passionate about. And if it's not something that we're passionate about, if it's something that we're scared of, or something that's going to make our life better and we just can't grasp this, it's this thing that's like so esoteric or special to change and to make your life better, then we need to think about it in more common terms. Just be like, if I do not take care of myself, right? Say that to yourself. If I do not take care of myself, I'm going to not be the kind of person that I want to be. I am not going to feel good. I am not going to enrich the lives of the people around me or enrich my own personal life. That's something that we really have to try to consider when it comes to change, and consider when it comes to the process of growth and whatnot. I'm not saying this like someone who hasn't struggled with it. There have been many times in my life where I personally blamed everyone and everything besides myself. When I was in school or college, I worked and I went to school, and I would always blame work or school for not going to the gym or not taking care of myself or not eating right. I was always in a rush everywhere I went. I never had enough time to study. I never had enough time to work out. I never had enough time for this. Well, I had plenty of time. I just wasn't making the time. Now, I would find things to blame, so I would blame work always for getting in the way, or I would blame school for getting in the way of something else at work. The truth was that I was partying and I'd wake up late, so I wasn't taking extra time to work on myself in the mornings. How many of us are willing to stop and be like, hey, that habit that I have right there, that negative habit that I have, or that time that I'm wasting, those time suckers in our life, those things that we're doing when we're just idling, or those bad habits that hold us back from creating new habits, how often are we really looking at those things and trying to like squash them or get rid of them in our lives? Probably not often enough. We're probably placing a lot of blame on other aspects of our lives. And, I'm working on it every day. It's not something that I've just mastered. I'm no genius or anything like that. I'm just like you. And I've probably struggled more than some other people, I'm sure, right? But that doesn't matter either. Here's something else that happens. Sometimes we find blame on other people, right? Or we just get down about ourselves. So we'll take a look at our lives and we will say, I'm always messing up. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm dumb. I'm this. I'm that. I'm the reason that I can't accomplish anything. This is just like me. Oh, woe is me. Get that out of your head. When you start to identify as yourself as being that way, which I am guilty of and I'm not proud of it, like what happens is you perpetuate it. So you get this Eeyore mentality. You know Eeyore, the little donkey from Winnie the Pooh? We get this Eeyore mentality about our lives and we become very woe is me, and that doesn't enable us. Like what you should do, or what I try to do, is look at that mistakes that I've made and be like, what is not working in my life? What is not working in your life? What do I need to do to fix that so that I can make change every day and make the decision to make change? Because it's more than just, buying a key tag at a gym, right? Otherwise, that's just plastic on the end of a keychain. It's something cool. Oh, I've got this nice little key tag to go to whatever Globo Gym or whatever it is that I go to with tons and tons of equipment and nice stuff. I'm going to go there for maybe a week and then just forget, right? No, it's about scheduling your life so that you can see the change and so that it can come into you and you actively become better. You actively make those decisions to become better. If you don't make the decision on your own, life can sometimes catch up to you. And you don't want to be in a place where you get so out of shape. I work with people who are trying to lose weight, and maybe some people start struggling with things like diabetes at young ages. We see a lot of that right now. People in their 30s, men in their 30s, men and women in their 30s and 40s start seeing problems with diabetes, especially here in San Antonio. We see children with diabetes, all these things due to inactivity. We don't want for life to decide that we have to make a change. Because oftentimes what happens is that because you haven't really made the change personally, like in here, like intellectually or spiritually even, to like make progress in your life, you haven't made that commitment, it's really hard for people to change even then. It's really hard for people to change. I've seen it. I've seen people go and say, fuck it. Like, I just don't care, right? I mean, if you want to do that, if you want to go ahead and get sick and not care and be on medication and pills, then go right ahead. But what we're doing here is we're talking about trying to prevent those things from happening. Trying to make yourselves happier, right? Trying to make our long-term life happy. Are the decisions that we're making, the things that we enjoy doing each and every day, are they short-term happinesses? Like, are we deciding to like party when, and partying's fine, but partying too much like gets in the way of stuff? And I was definitely a person who did. Or eating inappropriate or bad food, inappropriate food. There's no such thing as inappropriate food, I guess, right? What would inappropriate food be? But my point is like, are we eating food that's just ruining our bodies and then not feeling good and, wondering why we're not feeling good? Like, it's okay to eat some Oreos or whatever it is that you like to eat every now and then, but if it's like the base of your diet, you're not going to feel that great, right? And so this is who you are. There isn't a whole lot. This is it. Your body, your mind, your soul, whatever you believe in, I don't know. Like, everybody's got a different opinion. But the thing is like, I know that when I eat better and I take charge of my body and I empower myself through weightlifting or running or taking care of myself or making good decisions for myself, making changes in my life, that I can be better to myself, I can be better to my family. There's more than just this fitness thing, and this taking care of yourself thing and making changes thing is more than just about you. It's also about the people around you and how you impact them. If you have children, how you raise them. If you don't have children, your parents, how you influence them, your family, how you influence people out in the world, people who are more fit. Not that people who aren't fit can't take care of the world. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that when you are more fit, you're probably a little bit happier, right? Because you've been working on yourself. And like, if you've been working on yourself and you've been taking yourself into account, at some point you're hopefully making good decisions in other aspects of your life, and you're a better person because of it. And I believe that when you take care of yourself, you can give and receive love more effectively. You can give that to the world. And maybe I'm a little bit of a hippie for thinking this, but when we do this, when we choose to change and be better, we're making ourselves better first, but we're also making the world better. If yourself isn't good enough, if you aren't enough to make yourself better, right? if the idea of, looking better or feeling better or any of those things just doesn't matter to you enough, what about the future? What about the world as we go along, right? Those are all things to think about. All right. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed my newsletter, just click on the little subscription right at the